Welcome everyone to another video. My name is Haggot, aka Hags, and today we are at my new property investment. You can see behind me, we've got so much to go through. We're gonna go through the whole house, we're gonna go through inside, talk about what we will be doing, and stay tuned for more updates on this property. So let's head on inside and let me show you what we are working with. So heading on inside, I'm so excited for this project. Let's just head back and we're gonna talk about everything that needs doing. So straight away, let's pan up. You can see already every single wall, or should I say majority of the walls, will go back to brick. If you can pan just down there, you can see a lot of the plaster has already come off completely. And what that means is you basically have to go all the way back to brick, reborder, replaster, everything, and we'll go from there. Looking to my right, you can see an electric radiator. This property has just about got mains for heating. We need to call the company, the gas company, and they'll uncap the pipe. And what we'll do is we'll call British Gas, E.ON, whoever I decide to choose. And from there, they will add a gas meter. So there's not even a gas meter in this house. And of course, the electrics, we'll get onto the electrics and you'll see the condition of the electrics as well as the rest of the property. But walking on straight in, you can see the amazing potential this property has. It's like I've said previously, it's a 2-bed, semi-detached bungalow. Once you walk in here and it's all done up, you could imagine how much bigger this will look. How much more space there will be. Refreshing look of the property. In the walkway, we're gonna do white walls. I know it's sort of boring, but people are gonna add their own element, their own touch to the property once they do purchase this later on. The flooring, what we're gonna do is rip out this whole carpet and the floorboards should be fine. And what we'll do is we'll just relay it with a nice wood laminate flooring. Potentially grey. Maybe a wood colour. Let me know down below what colour theme you would go for. Because of course the walls would stick to white because it does make everything look a lot larger. But the flooring, we could switch it up slightly. So let me know down below. Let's go on now into bedroom number 1. Again, these bedrooms are very big and I'm glad they are because it is only a 2-bed. I don't want to go all the way in because you can see all the cobwebs, all the spider webs. I'm not a fan of that. You can pan to my left there, you can see we've got some leaks. And then if you pan all the way above, you can see we have some roof work. So, luckily, we do not need to replace the whole roof. What we will be doing is touching it up. There's minor works that need doing to it. New felt will be put, new pipe work around the edge of the property, so that will stop any leaks, any dampness, and of course it will completely get rid of that as well. So you can see the bedroom, such a big bedroom, double bedroom to be exact. Of course, no heating, there will be heating added. Behind this door, you can't see it right now, but it's a fireplace. And of course, we will be taking this room practically back to brick. I think some walls I discussed with my builder doesn't have to go back to brick. For example, the wall on this side doesn't need to, back there wouldn't need to. You can sort of see, the way you know that is if you can see the brick from now. If you can't see the brick from now, you should be fine. But that's bedroom number 1. And before I go into bedroom number 2, we'll need to use new double glazing. And that it will be throughout the property. So let's go on to bedroom number 2. Again, very large size bedroom, a lot less cobwebs in here, so I'm more happy and free to walk around. Panning to my left, you can see a beautiful fireplace. We will be looking to keep that, just styling it, making it look a bit more modern. And of course in this bedroom, no radiator. We're gonna strip everything out. We're gonna do white walls again, following on from the wood color flooring, but it wouldn't be wood color flooring in the bedrooms. We would have a nice grey, potentially wood colour carpet. So again, let me know what colour carpet you would go for as well. In terms of the window, again, if you can pan to my right, you can see that's all going to go again. We've actually got some structure issues along this bay window. You probably see it from outside. We'll do a quick shot of that. We need to basically relay the brickwork. Nothing to do with the foundations. It's purely based from the bay window sort of sagging, and that has created the bricks to sort of collapse. And you can imagine how long this property has been left empty for. But you do have some very nice things that have been left in the property, like a lovely mirror. I mean, doesn't really work. It's not really worth much. I did have a look before we started putting the camera on, but we didn't spot anything worth valuable for me, to be honest. But let's go on now into the living room. So again, everything just flows through nicely. It's a very simple layout. We don't need to go upstairs. We'd have another 3 bedrooms upstairs, another 3 set of radiators. So you can imagine the cost can be slightly lowered purely because there's everything on 1 floor, and also it's only a 2 bedroom. So let's head back now into the living room. So again, huge space in here. You can imagine the potential yet again. Everything needs visualization in property. And you could imagine if you don't have that, you're going to struggle quite a bit. But this room again, we're going to strip everything out. White walls again, I know I've said it a million times. I mean, I'd rather do something a bit different as well, make it a bit quirky, change some things up, put some stuff on the walls, but it's not my house. And this is basically funding my own house. So unfortunately, I can't be doing anything extravagant. Flooring again, we're going to follow through from the wood flooring in the lobby area all the way to the living room area. Sort of, again, same colour theme. So we'll keep and stick to that. The bay window here again will need replacing. You can see just above it as well, slight damp issues again, nothing major. Rip that out, put a new flat roof, very small flat roof above that, and that will completely stop all the dampness. Again, radiator, there's none in here. It's an electric. If you just pan to my left there, that will go. We'll replace that with a new radiator there. The rest of the room, fireplace, I think again, nice feature. I mean, if we got rid of this old fireplace, we could potentially keep this. But again, unfortunately, everything's to taste if I do it my own way. So probably gonna go, we'll leave the fireplace roughly in the white color theme yet again, and we'll go from there. Rest of the room, perfectly fine, great size. And as you know, in this current market, a lot of people are becoming a lot more pickier. So when looking for an investment, I'm making sure every single room is a perfect size. So if I'm purchasing a 3-bedroom property, then the 3rd bedroom, of course, I don't want it to be too small because people will complain, of course. If the living room's too small, someone will complain. So I just want to completely stop that and make sure there isn't any fault in the property. So that's why I made sure when I'm investing in property, if you haven't checked my last video actually, I talk about how I purchased this property for over £100,000 below market value. And you can imagine why. Look at the state of this place. No one wants this. Even as an investor, some people shy away from it. But here, we don't. We don't shy from this. So stick with me, guys. Let's go on now into the kitchen. All the doors again will be replaced. All the skirting boards, I mean, if there are any you can spot, they will be replaced. To be honest with you, we're probably going to put new skirting boards everywhere. It will just be the structure. And that's what we like with property investing. You can use the structure, which actually costs the most money. And then, of course, we can turn it into something beautiful for someone else. Going on into the kitchen. Right now, it doesn't look the biggest, I know. But there's so many cabinets in here that once they all go, we're going to add a beautiful L-shaped kitchen just going along. You'll see on the cinematics in front of you as well. A beautiful L shape going along this corner here. And to my left side, if you want to come in, we will remove all these cabinets. And you can imagine how much space there will be on this side as well. So you could even put a small dining table, even leave it open. But again, this room, like I've said in all the other rooms, will be painted white. Flooring, we're going to put potentially tiles, or we'll follow from the lobby all the way into the kitchen in the wood laminate flooring, like I said, either grey or the wood colour. So in terms of the kitchen colour, let me know down below what colour we should go for this time. The last property was white with gold handles. What do you think we should go for in this property? But potentially I'm sort of leaning towards white, maybe with the silver handles. But again, let me know. We'll also go and have a look at some kitchens and find some amazing deals that I can also help you guys with as well. And windows, if you pan to the bay window there, of course the sink will be just below that. Not that sink, of course, but we'll get a new sink. And we'll be replacing that window and this window. And that's pretty much it for the kitchen. I think it's a great size. It's, once everything's gone, again, like I said, it will look great. Now, the electrics. You can imagine the condition of this house we've already spoken about. Now for the electrics. Have a look there. That is what you call dangerous. And the wires look pretty decent if you ask me. I'm definitely not going to use them. Everything's being rewired. We're going to add new sockets throughout. So bedrooms, 2 sockets. The other bedroom, 2 sockets. Living room, potentially 3 in each corner. And of course the kitchen, you'll have 1 or 2 or so. So that will all be replaced. New fuse box, like I said, new rewire, and we're going to add a new combi boiler. Where it's going to go, I'm not 100% sure yet. Me and my builder, again, will have a good chat about those sort of things. But as for now, they're not such an important thing because we've got the outside structure to deal with first. So in terms of how we're going to manage the project, this will take about 3 months to do. We're going to start off with the shell of the property, replace all the windows, fix the roof, fix the structure, and then of course from there we'll do the inside, the pipe work for the heating and the electrics, and of course from there the cosmetics. But you will see that in the full series that we are creating for this property. Now let's head on into the garden. I'm going to have to meet you there because I don't think this is open. No, it's not open. So I'm going to have to find a key. I actually have no idea where it is, but once I get there, I'll meet you out there. So guys, we found the key to, I thought the garden, not the garden, somewhat of a conservatory. With this room, I mean, we're not keeping this. We're not keeping this. This is all going. None of this is double glazing. It's all plastic. It's pretty useless. What we'll do, take this all out. We're going to render the whole property. Didn't actually tell you that yet. We're going to render the whole property and the back wall, side wall, front wall. Some properties either side, so the property over there has rendered the whole property and it looks absolutely beautiful. 2 doors down from here, they've rendered the property. They sold it as well for a fortune. So we're basically going to replicate that, render the property. Again, let me know what colour we should render the property because I'm thinking of an off-white colour, cream off-white colour. I don't want it to be exactly white, I think, purely because the windows will be white, the walls inside will be white. I would like a bit of a contrast. But like I said in this room, this is all going to be knocked down. We're going to render the whole property so you don't have to see any of the excess around the edges. The flooring here, we're going to leave it as like a patio area. So once this is all gone, it'll actually be quite nice to have a garden set, tables, chairs, etc. rather than it all being grass up to the end. And as you know, gardening can be quite expensive. But let's go into the garden. If we can somehow get there. Door's actually open already. We'll just meet you there. So, here is the garden. And what a beautiful space this is. You don't see gardens this size anymore. And I know with bungalows, they have great land that comes with it. And that's always an advantage. So looking as far down as you can, you can't see so much because it just keeps going and going. In fact, you can see just back there, I don't know if you can just see a conservatory over there on the neighbour's house. That is how far basically the garden goes. And what we're going to do here is just tidy everything up. Like you see in my other properties, I will be doing this, as well as the driveway. So I'm sort of getting my hands a bit nitty and gritty. It's not something I do. But if you are able to do the work yourself, then just go and do it, because you'll save a fortune. And slowly I'm learning the different techniques of refurbing the property. I'm learning from my builder as I go along. Of course, I'm not an expert. So things like the electrics and heating, you probably will have to get a specialist in. But the rest of it, I'm sort of learning, going along as I go, and hopefully you guys will follow on in this journey as well. But like I said, we're going to clean this up, make this look really nice. Conservatory is of course going to go. That will be the patio area cleaned up. But let's go into the bathroom and finish up there. The final room of the property, the bathroom. Again, not the biggest. I know, like I said in the other clip in the living room, that I wanted to make sure that every room was perfect size for everyone. I've done my research, and every single bathroom in the bungalows around this area are literally this size. So once it's done up again, like I said, it will look a lot more nicer. So let's go on in. Again, we're not going much further in because there's not much to see. But the layout, what we'll do is we'll have a bath going along the wall, which you'll see in the cinematics again. And then we'll have a two-piece set where the sink will go just behind me and the toilet will just go next to it. I'll actually flash up an image of what I am talking about. They're very nice. They're actually quite expensive, but they are a luxury. And like I've said, the bathroom's not the biggest. So what we want to do is utilize the space the best we can. And that is the best way of going about it. In the bathroom, white walls again, potentially tiled flooring. What we'll do is we'll stick to the same color as we do for the kitchen. So that would be the sort of layout. In terms of the bath, the three-piece set, we will look to just keep them standard white finishes. The backsplash behind the bath, we will go and pick some stuff out. Again, we'll do another video on that. So again, subscribe. And we'll come up with a cool design, something a bit unusual, nothing too crazy again. But again, let me know down below the type of layout, type of design you would like to see in this property. So stay tuned for the next coming videos of this series. You don't want to miss this because we are taking over. This is our time to shine. I'm going to keep buying properties, more and more and more. I know the current market is not the greatest in the world, but there are so many deals out there to be found. Like I've said in the other video of how I got this for less than £100,000, people got scared of this. Didn't frighten me at all. But what we'll do, we'll leave it here. Stay tuned for the coming videos where we show you the updates of what goes on, the next steps, etc. And I'll bring you along on this full journey. But I've been Haggle, aka Hags. Don't forget the name. And I'll catch you in the next video.